Mickey Show.
Holy smokes. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back into another episode of Overtime with Beardo. You love to see it. Good morning. What is going on with this crap? There we go. That's better. All right. Good morning. What's today? Saturday, January 3rd. Saturday, January 3rd. Good to see you. Good to see you. We did some Red Dead Redemption last night. That was going to be our first big, continuing video game live stream of the new year, Red Dead Redemption 1, because last year, 2025, we did Red Dead Redemption 2. So it only makes sense that, we play games in reverse and we do Red Dead Redemption 1. This year. We got a lot of breaking news, man. A lot of breaking news today. Some crazy stuff happened last night with Venezuela and, troops going in there. And we definitely fucked some shit up in Venezuela last night. So we will be talking to that. We will be talking about that. But good morning to the chat. Beardo, you need to add some commands to Stream Elements. Now that you said that, I'm not going to. I don't think I will now. I don't know. I might think about it. I'll think about it. But anyways, yeah. So we had some stuff go down last night with the United States and and with Venezuela, and then also what happened the other day on New Year's Eve, Stranger Things finale. So we'll talk about that too. We will be talking about that. Let's get some super chats. Actually, shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Tim F, Terry Gunther, Big Phrase, Gas Station Burrito, Texas Goon, Rapthar's Hammer, Marc Andre Roy, John Ambler, Thundarius, Doomyverse, Sylvie Grandin. What up? Good to see you guys here. Stress level, this hour late. Yeah, so last night I did have every intention on going live this morning at 10 a.m. I think I'm just going to have to change Overtime's time slot to 11 because streaming late at night on a Friday night until almost 2 a.m. and then getting up and hosting a stream at 10, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm going to be grumpy on here. I'm going to be tired. I'm not going to be good. Not going to be good. So, I'm thinking 11. 11 might be the move. I know. I said that it was going to be 10 a.m. Eastern. Now we're 10 a.m. Central, and I woke up an hour early to wait an hour. But at least now you can get your cup of coffee, maybe have some breakfast. There are some positives with me gaslighting you and saying that we're going to start at 10, and now we start at 11. Now your day is started. Too much for now. I'm thinking 2 p.m. No, we want it to be a morning show. All right, boys, let's get some super chats real quick. Vault95 Gaming with a 199 says, great Red Dead Redemption stream last night in overtime in the gym. Thank you, Vault95, for the 199. Rapthar's Hammer with the 5 says, food and diabetes tax for Mickey Shark. Rapthar's Hammer with the 20 says, stream snipe Jeremy for 1 minute. Do we really want to do that? Do we really want to do that? I did see that Jeremy's live covering this stuff. We can't. For $20, we'll stream snipe him for 1 minute. How about that? For 1 minute, I guess we could.
Honestly, it was crazy seeing it in real time. Helicopters being reported. Then, like an hour later, Maduro already captured. Hilarious. Stood no real chance. The U.S. swept 100%. Operation says, can someone please explain to me why he is attacking Venezuela in the first place? I know there was tension, but I never really got into it. Can someone fill me in? What am I missing? There's a bunch of layers to it. So
how dare Jeremy stream over you? I know, man.
He's been warning Maduro.
I know.
There's,
this is my time slot, man.
Trump's
what the heck is he doing?
The cartel, the drug element. There's the situation with Russia and China that's tied to this.
Notice how Jeremy doesn't wear any of his own merch. I'm always wearing Geeks and Gamers merch on every single stream that I'm on, pretty much.
Stolen elections, things like that. So there's a lot to this.
Jeremy doesn't even wear his own merch, man. What's up with that?
Reason that this happened, but he didn't attack Venezuela. From what I understand, and again, I don't know if this has been confirmed or not, a lot of that was diversion. The attacks that were taken out on military facilities, from what I understand. Again, I don't know if that's been confirmed or not, but I think these were just military facilities. But this was meant to basically free Venezuela, not attack them, even though the media is going to frame it from that perspective. But also, if you look at all of the drugs and everything that's been poured into this country, this is meant to free the United States of America too. Let's see. Ashley says that this was the biggest FU in Flex.
All right. I think enough of that. Thank you, Grathar's Hammer, with the $20. We will be talking about that. We will be talking about it. SBZ with the $5 just woke up early to find out Trump just did the Dark Knight on Maduro. So proud of being an American right now. We did pull a straight up Dark Knight with Maduro. So Mamdani needs to be next. Oh, we will talk about that. We will talk about that as well. So we'll do like a little sneak peek because I want to talk about some stuff first before we get into Trump and Venezuela and Maduro and stuff. But is it a good thing that we went in there and we fucked shit up and we pretty much kidnapped him and brought him back for, drug crimes, the narco crimes? Is it a good thing? Yeah, it is. But there's a lot of stuff here in the United States. There's a lot of stuff here that we need fixing too. That a lot of us, including Jay Drunk 3PO, who's here. Congrats on the Rippaverse deal. We will talk about that too. Shout out. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Jay, you're more than welcome to hop on right now if you're not busy. You can hop on. I'll send you the link if you want. But yeah, so it's good that we went there and we took Maduro in to send a message and also to get some information, because we're going to interrogate the fuck out of this guy. He said, "Oh man, I'm taking a dump." Well, when you're done, or just call in on your phone and be like, "Yeah, oh, fuck, the Maduro and Trump and yeah, it's good stuff coming from that." I don't think anyone would know that you were taking a dump at the same time. But for the Maduro, for us going in and pulling a Dark Knight on Maduro last night or this morning, there's a lot of stuff in our country that needs fixed too. And in my personal opinion, should have happened first. Stuff with illegal immigration, really. Illegal immigration, because I personally, I feel like illegal immigration and this fucking drug trade, they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand, man. There's stuff in Minnesota that we need to fix. People that we need to ship out. We need to figure out what the fuck is going on in New York with fucking Islam Mamdani. We need to figure out what the fuck is going on with that. The freaking Empire State Building was lit up in fucking Muslim fucking colors last night. Green, hashtag green for Muslim. Light up the Empire State Building in green for fucking Islam. What are we doing? What are we fucking doing? We're not being invaded. We've been invaded. And it's not just the fucking Muslims. It's the fucking Somalis in Minnesota, in Seattle, in New York with the fucking Muslims and stuff. It's bad, guys. It's bad. And we've said it before, man. We've said it before for all of these other countries. It's okay for you to have cultural pride. Be proud of your country. It's a good thing. Be proud that you're Mexican. Be proud that you're Spanish. Be proud that you're fucking Asian. Be proud that you're black. Be proud that you're Indian. Yes. You go, is what the fucking world says. The liberals will say. But when it comes to white nations like England, the UK, and America, well, we're not allowed to have any culture. You see these fucking dumbass fucking liberals saying white people have culture, and then they fucking chuckle and laugh because they've been so brainwashed and lied to themselves that they have convinced themselves that white people have no culture. Have you not been to fucking Italy? Have you not been to Greece, Rome, England, or America? Look at the motherfucking shit that we've built. Have you not been to Norway? The fucking boats, the outfits, the attire, the food, the music. That's one of the biggest lies. One of the biggest lies is that white people don't have culture, so it's okay for these foreign countries to come in here and invade and populate and not assimilate to our Western views, that not to Christianity, not to our Constitution, our Bill of Rights. We're a Christian country, but we're letting all these people in here who have zero interest in respecting Christianity. In fact, it's quite the opposite. They talk shit on it. They make fun of our Lord. They make fun of Jesus. Just look at the Daily Wire. Fucking that dumbass Ben Shapiro is going on Joe Rogan and saying, "Oh, well, Jesus was nothing but a rebel Jew who tried to stir up some problems, and that's all he was." Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Ben Shapiro on the Daily Wire, if you are that fucking Jewish, if you are that fucking pro-Israel first, then go. Go over there. We don't want you here. We don't. Get the fuck out. If you're Israel first, get the fuck out. If you are coming here and you're Muslim first and you want to fucking turn America into fucking Palestine, get the fuck out. See ya. If you're here illegally and you're fucking Somali and you're fucking rigging the system and creating fake daycares and money laundering and stuff, get the fuck out. If you're coming here and you're a Spanish speaker, you're from Spain or you're from Mexico and you're refusing to learn Spanish and you've been here for several years, either learn English, become a citizen the right way, pledge to the flag, and if not, get the fuck out. I'm sick and fucking tired of it. And then when we go to Venezuela last night and we go ahead and capture Maduro and his wife, I believe we have his wife in custody too. That's great. Drugs are bad. The fentanyl problem is fucking bad. Okay? But here's also my stance on this. If you are fucking stupid enough to be doing this shit in current day, yeah, I'm sure in the fucking 80s, it was a blast doing cocaine. I'm sure it was. Everybody fucking did it. Everybody did it. But at least you knew in the 80s that the cocaine was good. That the cocaine was pure. You're getting fucking cocaine. It's not cut with fucking shit. It's not cut with heroin. It's not cut with fentanyl. It's not cut with all these, with methamphetamine. If you're in the 80s and you were doing fucking cocaine, I'm sure you had a fucking blast and it was safe for the most part. But now in current day, knowing what's being cut into these fucking drugs, and if you're stupid enough to be doing these fucking hardcore drugs, knowing that fentanyl is being cut into that shit, you're fucking retarded. You're fucking retarded. So, whatever with this fucking drug trade that's being, being illegally brought in here into America. If you're stupid enough to fucking do it, then you know what? Survival of the fittest, natural selection. But sure, good thing. Good thing we have fucking Maduro. We're going to fucking interrogate him and his wife and stuff. We're going to find out more information, other people that we can go after. But we have a lot of problems here in the United States that we need to be handling business first. We need to be handling some fucking business. And it starts with Minnesota. And it starts with New York and Seattle. We got to figure this shit the fuck out, man. Because, hey, listen, I voted for Trump 3 times. I am one of Trump's biggest fucking warriors, okay? I voted for him 3 times. He's my president. But there's a lot of fucking game that was talked. And there's not a lot of walking. You want to go over to foreign countries and fucking kidnap their fucking communist dictator? Cool. Good. You know what else we need to do? We need to start going to these fucking places in Minnesota. We need to fucking march into their fucking Capitol building, and we need to start fucking rounding people up. The fucking, the Tim Waltz, the AOCs, the fucking Ilhan Omars, the fucking Mamdanis. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck. You start fucking rounding these people up for fucking treason and get them the fuck out. It's treason what these people are doing. Elected officials who are illegal and they're being elected. We need to take care of our homeland first. And then we can worry about what they're doing in fucking Venezuela. Then we can worry about what they're doing in other places. I'm tired of being the world's police. And I'm also tired of being the world's loan shark. How much fucking money have we given to Ukraine? Too much to count now. Hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars. We talk about Ukraine. We don't talk about Israel either. How much money have we been giving to Israel for decades? Decades that nobody questioned. Nobody batted an eye about. Fucking Holocaust reparations. How long is that going to happen? How long? How soon is too soon and how long is too long? I'm tired of being the fucking world's just fucking sugar daddy. We are the world's sugar daddy. And guess who's paying for it? It's not these fucking politicians, because we've seen their net worth. The politicians get richer and richer and richer with insider trading, with fucking fraud, money laundering. They get fucking investments from their fucking donors. And do they spend it on their campaign or their future campaigns? No. They're sticking it in their back fucking pocket. Look at the Pentagon, dude. How much money the Pentagon just fucking writes off and loses. Well, we lost it. We lost it. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. We just lost it. Are you kidding me, dude? Because once a year when the IRS comes after us, if we just lost something when we're being audited, if we just lost something, we're going to fucking prison. We're getting a knock on our fucking door saying, hey, you didn't pay the exact amount of your fucking taxes this year. You fucking poor middle class fucking person. You fucking brokey. You didn't fucking take control and fucking write down all your fucking receipts. You didn't pay us enough money. So now you're going to be, now you're a criminal. Now you're a criminal because you didn't pay us enough. But these fucking these fucking Congress people, these congressmen and women, people in power, elected officials, their net worth, they just get richer and richer and richer and richer through insider trading, fraud, money laundering, not using their fucking donation money and campaign money in the correct way. And they just get richer. And then the taxes that we're paying are going to foreign countries because we are the world's sugar daddy. We need to fucking work on America right now. Go into fucking Minnesota and just start rounding people up. I do not give a fuck anymore. Go to New York. How the fuck do we have a fucking Muslim fucking mayor in New York City? Make that make sense, because no matter who did 9/11, it doesn't matter if it was Iran, Iraq, or Israel, whoever the fuck did 9/11. Because we still don't know. The public does not know and will never know. But for motherfucker Islam Mamdani swearing, taking the oath to be the mayor of New York City, and he's swearing in on the Quran, that should be fucking, that's treason, dude. That's treason. Fuck that. Fuck that. When their made up bullshit religion in the Quran is saying that it's okay during Ramadan to go fucking kill infidels, to hop in a fucking U-Haul van that you rented and go driving through a fucking Christmas parade because they're insulted at white people, and then that's okay because they're infidels. No, you do not. You cannot assimilate to Western culture. You just can't do it. You're not capable of doing it. It does not exist. It does not exist. You want to fucking feel the need, if you want to not feel the need to do that stuff, maybe you shouldn't have left. Maybe you should have just stayed. Stayed over there in your country where you like it, where the houses are made of mud, where the streets aren't paved, it's just dirt. Go ahead and stay over there. You can beat all the women and children you want over there. You can abuse your family over there and nobody bats an eye because it's normal over there. But when you do it over here, we got fucking problems. We got fucking issues. And I'm not the only one. It makes me fucking sick. So yes, while last night, was it a good thing? Was it productive? And we went to Venezuela and got Maduro. Yes, that's fine. Drugs, bad. Communism, bad. Okay? All of that's bad. So, kidnapping him and getting him over here so we can fucking get some shit done, get some action done, get some names, interrogate him, find out what the plan is going forward. Good. That's fine. I'm all about it. Great. Now let's do some shit here. Let's get some shit done here. English is the first language here in the United States. Christianity is the religion of the United States. Jesus Christ is king. We've been way too tolerant to people who aren't tolerant with us. You will pledge to the flag. You will stand for the national anthem. You will respect Christianity. I don't care if you're not Christian. I don't care. If you're not Christian and you don't believe in God, I don't care. I hope that you find your faith eventually. But you better be damn fucking sure that you're going to respect it. We're done putting up with the fucking shit talking and disrespecting Christianity from the Ben Shapiros and the fucking Daily Wires who are going on Joe Rogan saying that Jesus was just some fucking rebel Jew who tried to stir the pot and got himself in trouble. Are you fucking kidding me? You put the Son of the Lord on a fucking cross and fucking crucified him, dude. And you have the nerve to fucking cry about the Holocaust fucking 70, 80 years later. You have the nerve to cry about that. But you're going to completely fucking pick apart and disrespect Jesus Christ? It's unbelievable. Get the fuck out. You like Israel that much, Ben Shapiro? Go. See ya. Bye-bye. And let's not pretend that Ben Shapiro wouldn't have a great life there anyway. He's making half of his fucking money from being a fucking Israel first. I got to be careful here. I'm not trying to fucking make any assumptions. But I mean, with how much fucking money that we're giving to Israel, you don't think that Ben Shapiro's getting a little bit of that, being a fucking, you know, you connect the dots and you do the math and you think what Ben Shapiro's doing over here. You know what I'm saying? Not good. It's not good. We got a lot of problems, man. And we need shit done. We need action. We need action. I think people have just gotten too complacent. People have gotten too complacent. Too tolerant. People are scared. People are scared. They don't want to be called names. They don't want to be canceled. You're only canceled if you let them be canceled. You're only canceled if you allow them to cancel you. It's when you apologize and you switch up. You can't do it. Gotta have a fucking backbone, man. Gotta have a backbone and fucking call out the bullshit when you see it. When you smell the bullshit, there's probably some bullshit. If you smell shit and it smells like shit, there's probably some shit. Right? Where there's smoke, there's fire. So don't get me wrong. Venezuela thing, that's great. That's great. But we got some other stuff down here. We got other stuff here in America that we need to be handling too. And I'm seeing a whole lot of not handling it. I want the results and action and results for what I voted for. Let's get some super chats. Vault 95 with a 199 says based Beardo tax. Thank you, Vault 95. Graptar's Hammer with the 2 says if we dealt with frauds within the U.S. borders, money is probably gone. Good. Have you guys ever seen the animated Dark Knight Returns? The Dark Knight Returns animated movies. Now, I've never read the graphic novels, so I'm not sure how accurate the animated movies are to the graphic novels. But at least in the animated movies, this is sort of the premise in the Dark Knight Returns, okay? So listen, just pay attention to this. Batman is retired. In the Dark Knight Returns, Batman is retired. Jim Gordon is just about to retire. Batman got older, but pretty much did his job. Now, after Jim Gordon retires and Batman's retired, all of this drug crime and organized crime, the fucking mobs and stuff, everything is starting back up in Gotham. but the rest of the world, the rest of America is prospering. The economy is great because of all the organized crime that is happening in Gotham is allowing the rest of America to flourish. The economy's great because of all the organized crime that's happening in Gotham. Batman says, you know what? I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. This is my city. I'm going to come out of retirement and put an end to this. A few bumps and bruises along the way. Gets beat up. Has to come back. Become the Batman again. But he winds up doing it. Takes down the fucking mutant empire. And puts a stop to all the organized crime in Gotham. Now, we got a problem here. Because now the economy in the rest of the United States is bad. People are struggling. Poverty. Because Batman cleaning up the streets in Gotham, now you don't have all this organized crime. The rest of the United States not doing too good. So the president of the United States orders Superman to go talk to Bruce Wayne and say, hey, you got to stop what you're doing. Like, I work for the government now. I work for the government now. I work for the president. You got to stop what you're doing because people are hurting. People are struggling. And Bruce Wayne pretty much tells them, fuck you. This is my city. I don't care. I don't care that the rest of America was prosperous and flourishing. Gotham is my city, and I'm not going to see it like that. And Superman says, well, if you don't listen to me, and if you don't do what the president says, you know what I'm going to have to do. And Batman says, yeah, I do. And I'll see you there. And then they fight each other over it. I know it's a comic book, and I know it's Batman. It's a Batman story. But fuck, man, it seems like there's a lot of that fucking going on right now in real life. Art imitates reality. Art imitates reality, and there's a lot of that. This fucking corruption, dude, and the fucking illegals coming in, and we're going to bring in illegals, and we're going to give them housing. We're going to give this all this money, and the more kids that they have, we're going to give them even more money. And then, you know, as long as we keep giving them money, they're going to keep voting Democrat. And then the more taxpayer money we get, and the more that we get to tax people, the more money that's going to make us rich, sending it fucking overseas. And I'm sure that's going into some offshore bank accounts. Like we're giving fucking how many hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine? How much money is Ukraine actually getting versus how much of that money is going into offshore bank accounts for some of these politicians and then rewired back to their bank accounts over here, just making them richer, but it's untraceable. There's probably a lot of that going on too. Anyways, I was not expecting about talking about I was not thinking I was going to talk about that early on in the show. I thought that was going to be a little bit later, but we can dive into that a little bit later. But there's some other stuff that I want to talk about too while we're here. Obi-Wan Canoli with a $10 says, America first, except when it comes to fraud. I give this subject a few months before it's forgotten. How many hundreds of millions of fraud was found with Doge? What happened to that? Oh, no. Great question. Thank you for the 10. Matt Stranger with a $10 says, average working American works 106 days for free a year due to our tax system. Please, Beardo Society, get some silver if you can. Buckle up. It's going to get nuts, folks. Investing in gold and silver, that's never a bad idea. Investing in gold and silver is never a bad idea. SBZ with a $2 says, I like your rants, Beardo, but that hat doesn't help. This is a cool hat. This is a cool hat. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Grathar's Hammer with the 2 says, can we make Venezuela a giant prison country now? I think that's what we do with New York. Oh, Jay says, never got the link. Here you go, buddy. Here you go. Let me send it to you. I know when it comes to the America First, when getting some of this fraud in check here in America and seeing some action from Trump and JD and Trump's current administration, getting some action here in America. I know me and Jay think pretty similarly about that. I think a lot of people do. No, but like, you guys have seen the John Carpenter movie Escape from New York with Kurt Russell. Make New York City a fucking prison state, dude. At this point, put up fucking 150-foot walls with fucking turrets and sentry guns around the entire fucking perimeter, and just fucking airdrop fucking criminals in there, and they can do whatever they want. Give them drugs. We'll give you drugs. Do whatever the fuck you want. We'll give you drugs, but you're here in prison and you're never fucking leaving. Make New York City a fucking prison state. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, bro. Yeah, just like Arkham City. Just like Arkham City, man. We got to do something because it's getting bad. I mean, we can start to talk about Stranger Things unless Jay does hop in. Jay, I sent you the link. If Jay hops in, we can go back to talking about Venezuela. There's Jay. Hey, good morning, man.
I was trying not to hop in, but because people like when you're by yourself.
No, it's all good, dude.
I want to like interrupt your flow.
No, dude, it's all good. It's all good, man. So, yeah, I mean, I was going to talk about the Venezuela stuff a little bit later in the show, but chat was just going. So I'm like, all right, I guess we're doing this first.
It's a it's a hot topic right now.
Yeah, man.
Obviously.
So I'm not sure how much of my rant that you heard, but
yeah.
You know, with the drug trade and the fucking narco capitalism and stuff and what's going on in Venezuela and getting Maduro, and I believe we have his wife too, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's great. Drugs are bad. Drugs bad. That's great. We're going to get a lot of information out of him. We're going to interrogate the fuck out of him. We're going to get more names, more locations and stuff, which is all good. But I think a lot of us are kind of like, bro, what's going on here is bad too. What's going on in Minnesota? With inauguration last night of Islam Mamdani swearing in on the Quran, and they're lighting up the Empire State Building and several buildings in New York City in fucking Muslim green, and they're like, proud Muslim heritage. We just got elected into New York City, and we're going to light these buildings who were erected by Americans. Americans built that. Patriots built these buildings. And centuries later, we're going to light them up in Muslim green. Just how insulting, bro. It's crazy.
I agree. I'm almost like, if we could do this to Venezuela, why can't we send the same troops into Minnesota and stuff and like clean up all that crap? So
100%, dude. 100%. The Minnesota Tim Walz. Did you see the flag that Tim Walz wants to replace the Minnesota state flag?
They already did it.
Yeah, and
it's Somalia, basically Somalian flag.
It reflects the Somalia flag, and it's like, this is treason, dude.
Yeah,
it's treason. It's bad. But I want to hear your takes on what happened this morning, and because I know that me and you feel pretty similar about needing to take action here in America as well.
I feel like my camera's like twitchy. Am I good?
You're good.
Okay.
Hey, you're good.
So, first of all, Marco Rubio gets all the props for this. Him and Pete, they put that thing together, and 1 hour. That just should show you how freaking awesome our Delta Force is. They said they used the Delta Force
Very efficient.
They went in. This guy was like, he had guards. He had all kinds of stuff, right? Protecting him. In, out, done. And I feel like part of this was just to show places like Iran and others, like, we don't play games, man. Like, if you didn't know, Iran is seeing somewhat of a revolution over there where they want the dictators out and people are protesting. And Trump tweeted, hey, you harm one hair on one of those protesters and we're coming in, just to let you know. And it's like, that's what he tweeted. He's like, just to let you know, one hair, we're coming in, Iran. Like, give us a reason to take you out, please. That's what we want. And so this definitely showed, like, the rest of the world, we're not Obama, we're not Joe Biden, we're not anything. On you're right. On the flip side, it's, man, I want to take care of home base.
Yes.
So home base got to be taken care of. I feel like we're going to lose some places. New York might be one of them. And
Minnesota and Washington.
If we can build a great foundation around those few liberal cities where we want to take the grass eaters and just say, you can go live there and put your masks on. Maybe that's what has to happen. I'm not sure.
Grass eaters. I love that. The grass eaters.
You don't see that's what they're doing now?
No, what happened with that?
Brother, this is their new way of, like, becoming one with the world.
Oh no. Okay, so I had this pulled up. We'll get back to this after we show what you have.
Yeah. So the fact that Ryan got to see this and he just was like, I have no words. Like, what do I say at this point in time? Here it is right here. This is their new way of, like, becoming one with the land and one with the stolen land and all that stuff. And hopefully there's healing. This is what they're doing.
Gosh.
So they're going out to random fields and just eating dirt and, eating part of the trees. And they're trying to join. Like, look, this freaking lady's gnawing on a freaking twig. Okay. How many dogs or animals have peed on a tree, and they're just like, I got to eat this thing. I got to shove it in my mouth. Who knows where else they're shoving it when the cameras go off. But I'm just saying, that dude here probably never had a girlfriend in his life, hoping that, hey, maybe if I eat some dirt, one of these girls will, it gets better. Because after they're done eating the grass, they didn't find, like, a tree where they just have, like they feel the power of the tree or something. Like, this lady's all up in the crack, like she's just feeling it, that dude's never been laid. I mean, it's just like, I don't know what's going on here, but this is the new thing that they're trying to get more people to have a part of. And it's like, maybe we just do, like, cut out a little space for them. And because pretty soon they keep all this stuff up, they just won't be around anymore. People ain't having kids. They ain't doing anything. They'll just won't be around anymore.
Well, and I said this several times, but, like, so I'm repeating myself. I'm beating a dead horse here, but it's
no, you're okay.
It's the whole cycle of hard times create strong men create good times, and then good times create weak men. Back in the day, like, our ancestors, like, the women were smart. They did not breed with the weak men because the weak men didn't survive. It was the strong men who survived, and the strong men were the ones that were breeding. So you have stable generations of strong men and their offspring. And then when you have the good times, now times are so good, the weak men, unfortunately, are breeding. And they're breeding fast. And then the weak men who are breeding, and then now you have generations of weak men. Now you get the hard times. And we're living in that right now, where these women are making poor choices, having children with very weak men, beta men, and now you have these beta kids who don't know what bathroom to use. They don't know what their gender is. They're out there eating grass and twigs and hugging trees and shit. Like, this is a result of weak people having kids.
I think it also, yeah, parents are, it's also, I'll do one better. I don't really think they're having as many kids as we think, but the problem is the parents that have these children put them in. It starts with the education system. As someone like that's been through that system, um, hold on a second. Someone says, Jay, who gives a F about Iran? Well, apparently a lot of people do, because that is that it, that's what people are saying. President Trump does. That's why I brought it up. I mean, people care like what's going on over there. I'm just telling you, like, this was a show of strength. What he did here to tell the rest of the world, like, we're not playing any games, that this ain't the Biden or administration. So, but I think a lot of this starts with the education system. We're teaching our kids, our young kids, to get into debt and get into universities that don't mean anything, get degrees that will never help their life. So they're stuck in debt, and they just have to pay off their debt. So they're stuck with the government, like begging for help. Then they get on assistance. They can't get off assistance. So then they constantly like cry out to the government for help. So they'll keep voting in the people that will give them assistance. And then the talking point in the election is, if you vote the other guy out, you're going to lose your assistance. That's what they're doing now with the Obamacare stuff. They're saying Republicans don't want the Obamacare credit, so we got to vote them out so you can get that back. You won't have health care. It's a circle jerk, man. Like, we all know, like, and no disrespect to anyone in the medical field, but a lot of times, like, people prescribed stuff to not cure a disease, just to blanket it. So people stay obese and sick, and no one. There are doctors that do prescribe go to the gym and walk and all that stuff, but it's not as much as it. As it probably should be. Changing of diet could change people's life forever. I mean, for absolutely forever, but they don't really, they don't do that. So it's like, here, just take a pill. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and it's the same argument with
keep living the same way you live, So now they're stuck. Now they're stuck in Medicare and all that stuff. And it's like, not medical advice or financial advice or anything, but they're stuck in all that, and they can't get out because, and then they're like, if you vote for the other guy, you're going to lose your benefits. And so they just keeps them in power. It's all a circle jerk, man.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's the same argument like with money, with like cancer and some of these other like high
of course,
like these deadly diseases, where it's the argument is, why would we cure these people when we can just treat them for the rest of their life?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the same way of getting young people in debt. Like, we have no business giving a 17-year-old $200,000 when they have no idea how credit or banking or interest or any of that stuff works. But it's like, here's $200,000. Go to college. Don't worry about it. You'll make a degree. You'll pay it back.
Right.
And it's just like they're stuck. And now they're trapped in like a loan they got to pay back for the rest of their life. And they can't get a house, can't get this. So what do? They cry to the government. Please help. The
exactly.
For Joe Biden, that's a whole nother topic, was we're going to pay off your student loans. We'll pay off your student loans. So,
and then who was it? I think it was Lyndon Johnson. Lyndon Johnson said, and for lack of better words, let's just say poor people. He said, you give those poor people just a little taste, like we'll give them an arm and a leg, and they'll be voting. Those motherfuckers will be voting Democrat for the rest of their life.
He's 100%. It's true, though.
And he's right. You just give them a little taste. You give them a little bit of assistance. You give them some cheap housing. And then the more kids they have with different baby daddies, you're going to be making more money off the government. And since you're getting that money and you know the Democrats are giving it to you, you're going to vote Democrat for the rest of your fucking life.
Easy.
Yep.
Easy. What do you think? Why do you think the whole point of bringing in all these people from Somalia and everywhere else is just bringing in votes? They can't win on their principle. Dude. What right mind? What person's going to be like, yeah, I'm for transgender surgeries and I'm for all this stuff? Like, what? Common sense people don't vote for that. Yep. It's crazy people are people that are on the coin. They're on the government coin. It's like they'll vote for that because they don't want to lose what they got. So it's like they come out with these ridiculous talking points and all this stuff, and it's like normal people that have jobs that have they don't vote for that stuff. You know, and it's like they don't want that stuff in their schools. They don't want that stuff in their lives. But it's like they keep bringing in voters, and they're like, "We'll just keep giving. Just open a daycare. You'll make a lot of money. Just keep voting for us, or you'll lose it."
Right.
You
right.
know,
And then when Trump wants to crack down on the southern border, so now you're not getting all the illegal Mexicans coming in here. Well, now you got to figure out what to do. So let's bring in the Haitians. Let's bring in the fucking.
Oh man,
Somalians.
it was more than Mexicans coming into that southern border.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. So let's bring in more. Let's bring in the Somalians, and we'll make we'll just make like a little city state of Somalians right smack dab in the middle of the United States, right there in Minnesota. And then they spread because they don't want to assimilate. They don't respect the flag. They don't respect Christianity. They don't want to assimilate to our American ways. They don't respect the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. They just want to make America the homeland that they fled from. And it's like, you fled from there. That place was a fucking third world country shithole. You came to America, hopefully for a better life, but you're not changing any of your ways. You aren't changing to the Western society way. You just want to make this place more of the place that you left.
So why would like the other side of that is why would they when they're not forced to, or they're getting rewarded for not doing that? So it's like there's some part of me that's like, I mean, I don't blame them. You live in a third world country, and they're like, hey, we'll give you money. You don't have to do anything.
Exactly.
You live here. You can get
Why
healthcare.
would they change? They don't have to.
Yeah, that's
right.
my point. It's like, so until we get to that point of, I mean, look what's happening in some of these European countries, man. The whole culture is completely changed.
London's gone.
So
London has fallen. And I'm not talking about the Gerard Butler movie. London has fallen, dude. It's gone, and there's no getting it back. I think it's toast.
Well, the only thing left is a crusade.
But then they'll
Bible
just call
in
it
hand, knights. I mean,
but then it's just an insurrection. They love using that word. Oh, it's an insurrection. It's illegal. We're going to jail these people.
And it changed the world.
I know,
for a little while.
We do need it, man. Like what Trump did last night in Venezuela. We need to do that in Minnesota. We need to do that in New York. Start fucking rounding these people up and send them back.
What I'm saying is, once a country is taken over by like impoverished people, the country runs out of money. So then when they run out of money, they run out of defense. When they don't have defense and they can't cry to anybody else to help defend them, then the crusades are an easy thing. Who are they going to cry to? No one's going to help them. No one's going to stop them.
Right.
Because they've squeezed out all the resources. Then you have to go through the whole, the whole thing of rebuilding, which sometimes it's not a bad thing, because then you can rebuild it the way that it needs to be so it doesn't happen again.
Well, we can get even deeper. And this is biblical. We can get into it too. But real quick, I want to say hi to Steph. How you doing, Steph?
Hey, what's up?
Because that culture looks at it as tax the white man. Literally, it's why they don't understand why everyone is so mad, because they think they are owed this money based on their culture, and that's why they need to go. I agree.
Steph is actually correct. I think the biggest threat to this country is white liberal women. I think if the white liberal women were pushed away to somewhere else, we wouldn't have hardly any of these problems.
The white liberal woman, man. I say that every single week on this
here.
show.
It's like they are the most destructive force of anything in this country.
It is refreshing to hear you say that, and it's not coming from me, because behind every mouth-breathing Somali fraudster is an enabling liberal white woman whose biggest problem in life is PetSmart running out of Purina seafood sensations and not being able to get their daughter on testosterone. So here you have this fucking...
Unfortunately, we saw that
just listen to this for a little bit.
Important documentation, enrollment of...
But she's standing here, and she's got a sign about like protect fucking Somalia or whatever, make Minnesota Somalia, and
children, and also
it's 100%, dude. I say it every week. The liberal white woman will be the downfall of America.
Yeah, easy. Oh, I say that every show. That's like I always pull one up, and like, here's the problem right here. They blame everything. They blame it on white men. They blame it's I don't know what they are so brainwashed people. And the fact that they like I don't know if you saw the whole Nick Shirley video. There's a point, the one with the daycare, it's like 40 minutes. We watched the whole thing. There's one point where he's walking up to a daycare and this crazy white lady with a phone starts screaming, "Don't open the door. They're ICE agents." And he's like, "I'm not an ICE agent. I'm just a reporter." And they're like, "They're ICE agents." And she chases him and just screams at the top of her lungs while he's walking, saying, "This is ICE. This is ICE." He's like, "Lady, I'm not an ICE agent." And he goes, "What if I told you, crazy white lady, that these people are stealing $2 million of your money?" He's like, "I don't care. I don't care. You're ICE." It's like, that's the brain mindset. It's like,
Yes.
that video I just showed you, them eating grass. Crazy white women.
Yep.
And I know some of you guys in the chat love those crazy white women, but be careful, man.
Do not stick your dick in crazy, man. Don't do it. There's a few rules. Don't stick your dick in crazy, and ignorant people shouldn't breed.
And I'm talking to you, Marc-Andre Roy.
No, but it goes back to the whole white savior complex. These liberal white women think that they are holier than thou. They know better. We're going to tell the poors. We're going to tell the people who have disadvantages or whatever, so-called disadvantages. They're only the disadvantages that these white liberal women have labeled and placed onto these people. But that I know better than you, the poor minority. So you're going to listen to me because I know what's best for you, because I am the liberal white woman. I am the best.
Yeah.
What do you got here?
Speaking of liberal white women, this white woman was trying to prove on New Year's that she could walk safely in Europe without anything happen to her, that everybody else like us, we're crazy, that the migration. And so she's walking, and watch what the men do. They freaking hit her with stones, dude. They freaking hit her with stones while she's live streaming. Not just one, multiple times. They run up to her and they just were like, "Get the freak out of here!" Like they're just hitting her like with stones. And yet she'll still say, "Well, there's a few people that are lost." You know,
Color me shocked. Color me shocked,
I'm like,
man.
the writing is on the wall. Like it's right there. Like why do you not see that?
And that's going back to my previous point that I said on the show before you got here. These people, they don't think like us. They don't behave like us. They don't worship the same God we do. They cannot assimilate because in their fucking bullshit fucking religious book, it tells them that they are allowed to do that they are allowed to lie to us. They are allowed to steal from us. They are allowed to harm us if we insult them. If we insult Muhammad or fucking whoever they fucking fake God that they pray to, if they are allowed to go rent a U-Haul bus and go fucking drive through a parade, a Christmas parade, because that's fucking harem. Like they cannot function in our society because they are told that it's okay to commit violence against us if it's haram. So go take them out. Send your fucking Delta Force into these places overnight and fucking get them all. Get them all. Get them all out.
Steph said, "Did you see the follow-up to that video?" I think she blamed Twitter, right?
Really?
Didn't she blame Twitter for that, Steph? You correct me if I'm wrong. They blame everything but the problem at hand. That's what's funny.
I did want to get back to this. This is deliberate. This is on purpose with what's going on in Minnesota and New York. Our politicians are okay with it because there is a bigger plan here. And they know these the World Economic Forum and the Bilderberg Group and all of these powerful people who run the world. And they know that America is the last one that stands in their way, because what is the bigger goal here, Jay? You answer it for me. What's the bigger goal here?
For Venezuela?
No. For what's going on, the downfall of America, the downfall for the UK, for London, like taking out these powerful countries. What is the bigger play here? What's the end game? The one world government. New World
Oh,
Order.
you're going that far.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That far. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The one world government, one world currency. We're all gonna be one place, and that's the downfall. The downfall of America is the last step. That's
I
the
think-
last step.
I think what we're seeing though, like if you see what's going on in correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I think it's was it Poland and a few other like in Japan and a few others. There's a lot of these like Trump-like leaders that are rising up, and there's enough people in America to around the world to see like we don't want that anymore, and they're starting to fight back aggressively. Like the guy, is it Poland? The guy from Poland, I believe it's Poland, Romania, all them.
Poland's based. Poland is very based.
They set like Hungary, all them. They set like the gay flags on fire. They want none of that stuff in their country. They burn books.
Burning the
of,
books. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Of pro gay stuff, like all that stuff. They did all that, and so also. As long as we never lose our gun rights here, I think we'll be okay. But I mean, look at Canada; they lost their gun rights. So.
But I think we are only a few presidential cycles from having Democrat presidents, because I worry that Trump
You'd be shocked though if they came out and says we're going to come take your guns. What would happen in this country if like a president did that? I think you'd be shocked.
I hope I'm wrong, but I think that there's way too many pussies. There's too many pussies. I hope I'm wrong. I will gladly be wrong. I'm just afraid that there's too many
in some
people.
cities, but I don't see Texas, Florida, West Virginia. I don't see those places like settling.
I know, but then when you have the military who's just doing their job, the police force, military, martial law, and they're just doing their job, and then because what I mean, you get a few badasses in these states, you get a few bad motherfuckers in these states who are willing to stand up to it, but standing up to our army, it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. I hope it doesn't.
Makes me wonder if the army would even follow that order.
We'll see.
As base as our army is,
I don't know, but I think that going back to that point, I think that that's the end game, is when America falls to these foreign countries who are invading us and then breeding and overpopulating, and they're going to take over. Then we see America fall. That's the goal for the New World Order.
I will say that
the one world government.
I will say this: I have lived a little bit longer than you. Not saying that, you a young buck. I've seen dictators rise and fall. I've also seen America take a punch and a kick in the balls. And the good Americans always stand up and freaking win. They always win the day. Will that time cease? I don't know. But I've always seen it. The good Americans always like rise in the worst situations, And we always come back out on top, just when it seems to be the darkest. So,
so I
guess we'll see.
This. Yeah, we'll see. I do want to play this because this is what happened in Venezuela early this morning. President Trump confirmed that the U.S. military carried out a large-scale strike in Venezuela early Saturday morning and took Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife into custody. So here's kind of what our Delta forces did in Venezuela last night. So I'm not saying we definitely should not go this full scale, but we need to round some people up. We need to go into Minnesota, round some people up, fucking put them on a plane and fucking airdrop them back into their fucking country. In New York, in Seattle, in Minnesota, we got to do something, because yes, this is great. Drugs are bad, but also, Jay, I have this point. I want this stuff done in America first. In current year, if you're still choosing to do drugs with everything that we know about the fentanyl being cut and laced into these fucking drugs, First of all, drugs are stupid in the first place. But if you're stupid enough to be doing drugs now in current year with everything that we know about the fentanyl problem, then natural selection, survival of the fittest, you know?
Bro, you're only thinking about a tenth of what this is. There's reports out there saying that Venezuela was huge in manipulation in elections, helping getting people across the border, funding terrorist groups around the world with their oil. But you know, also there's a large oil thing in Venezuela, and they also have one of the largest silver deposits over there too. So you never know. Trump came out the other day when they took one of the oil tankers. And they go, "Excuse me, President, what are you going to do with the ship and the oil?" We take it. It's ours now. You mean the ship too? You're not going to give it back to the country? Nope. It belongs to us. I was like, God dang, man. He's like, next question, please. I'm like, holy crap, dude.
I love it. Here's a video. This Venezuelan man is going viral for explaining to everyone why Maduro needed to be toppled. Democrats are clueless. Venezuela has already been invaded. He knows his country. Okay, it's 5 minutes.
Trump live now? Is Trump live now, chat?
Is he? Trump is live now.
Should we listen to what he has to say?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
I saw this video. Yeah, he talks about his family losing everything and how this was a good thing and all that stuff.
Over the course of the night, aircraft began launching from 20 different bases on land and sea across the Western Hemisphere. In total, more than 150 aircraft, bombers, fighters, intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, rotary wing were in the air last night. Thousands and thousands of hours of experience were airborne. Our youngest crew member was 20, and our oldest crew member was 49. And there's simply no match for American military might. As the night began, the helicopters took off with the extraction force, which included law enforcement officers, and began their flight into Venezuela at 100 feet above the water. As they approached Venezuelan shores, the United States began layering different effects provided by Spacecom, Cybercom, and other members of the interagency to create a pathway. Overhead, those forces were protected by aircraft from the United States Marines, the United States Navy, the United States Air Force, and the Air National Guard. The force included F-22s, F-35s, F-18s, EA-18s, E-2s, B-1 bombers, and other support aircraft, as well as numerous remotely piloted drones. As the force began to approach Caracas, the Joint Air Component began dismantling and disabling the air defense systems in Venezuela.
Is Marco Rubio Venezuelan?
To ensure the safe passage of the helicopters into the target area. The goal of our air component was, and always will be to protect the helicopters and the ground force and get them to the target and get them home. As the force crossed the last point of high terrain where they'd been hiding in the clutter, we assessed that we had maintained totally the element of surprise. As the helicopter force ingressed towards the objective at low level, we arrived at Maduro's compound at 1:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 2:01 a.m. Caracas local time, and the apprehension force descended into Maduro's compound and moved with speed, precision, and discipline towards their objective, and isolated the area to ensure the safety and security of the ground force while apprehending the indicted persons. On arrival into the target area, the helicopters came under fire, and they replied with that fire with overwhelming force in self-defense. One of our aircraft was hit, but remained flyable, and as the president said earlier today, all of our aircraft came home.
Man, Trump looks tired, don't he?
Remained flyable during the rest of the
Probably been
mission.
up all night.
Probably up all night.
As the operation unfolded at the compound, our air and ground intelligence teams provided real-time updates to the ground force, ensuring those forces could safely navigate the complex environment without unnecessary risk. The force remained protected by overhead tactical aviation. Maduro and his wife, both indicted, gave up, and were taken into custody by the Department of Justice, assisted by our incredible U.S. military with professionalism and precision, with no loss of U.S. life. After securing the indicted persons, the force began to prep for departure. Helicopters were called in to exfiltrate the extraction force, while fighter aircraft and remotely piloted aircraft provided overhead coverage and suppressive fire. There were multiple self-defense engagements as the force began to withdraw out of Venezuela. The force successfully exfiltrated and returned to their afloat launch bases, and the force was over the water at 3:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with indicted persons on board. And both Maduro and his wife were embarked aboard the USS Iwo Jima. In closing, what we've witnessed today is a powerful demonstration of America's joint force. We think, we develop, we train, we rehearse, we debrief, we rehearse again and again, not to get it right, but to ensure that we cannot get it wrong. Our jobs are to integrate combat power so when the order comes, we can deliver overwhelming force at the time and the place of our choosing against any foe anywhere in the world. I am immensely proud today of our joint force and filled with gratitude to represent them here today. There is simply no mission too difficult for these incredible professionals and the families that stand by them and support them. As we stand here this morning, our forces remain in the region at a high state of readiness, prepared to project power, defend themselves, and our interests in the region. This operation is a testament to the dedication and unwavering commitment to justice and our resolve to hold accountable those who threaten peace and stability. In closing, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women who executed this mission. Their courage and tireless commitment to our nation are what makes us strong. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Well, I don't have much to add to what you've heard now, other than the following points. Nicolas Maduro was indicted in 2020 in the United States. He is not the legitimate president of Venezuela. That's not just us saying it. The first Trump administration, the Biden administration, the second Trump administration, none of those three recognized him. He's not recognized by the European Union and multiple countries around the world. He is a fugitive of American justice with a $50 million reward, which I guess we saved $50 million. And,
Dang.
Yeah,
Nice.
But
Don't let anybody claim it.
Don't let anybody claim
But
it.
us.
But I want to be clear about one thing. Nicolas Maduro had multiple opportunities to avoid this. He was provided multiple very, very, very generous offers and chose instead to act like a wild man, chose instead to play around. And the result is what we saw tonight. The other message here is the following. You have a guy, like many people around the world, they like to play games. You have a guy who decides he's going to invite Iran into his country, is going to, do the confiscation of American oil companies, is going to flood our country with gang members, is going to take Americans prisoner and try to hold them for hostage and trade them like he was able to do with the Biden administration. Basically likes to play games all this time and thinks nothing's going to happen. And I hope what people now understand is that we have a president. The 47th president of the United States is not a game player. When he tells you that he's going to do something, when tells you he's going to address a problem, he means it. He actions it. I can tell you, I've watched this process now for 14, 15 years, been around it. Everybody talks, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. When I get there, we're going to do this, we're going to take. This is a president of action. Like, I don't understand yet how they haven't figured this out. And now, if you don't know, now you know. Because this is the way it's going to play out.
Fuck around and find out, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to say.
This is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences. And, if he says he's serious about something, he means it. And this is something that was a direct threat to the national interest of the United States, and the president addressed it. There's a president of peace, by the way. I told you what I just said earlier. This guy had multiple opportunities to find his way somewhere else and figure out another. He could have been living somewhere else right now very happy, but instead he wanted to play big boy. And so now, he's got other sets of problems on his hands. And but I think the message here should be for the world. Look, the president doesn't go out looking for people to pick fights with. He's not, generally wants to get along with everybody. We'll talk and meet with anybody, but don't play games. don't play games with this president's in office, because it's not going to turn out well. And so I hope that I guess that lesson was learned last night, and we hope it'll be instructive moving forward.
Is that a message for Cuba?
Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President.
You said that the U.S. is going to run Venezuela. So who's in power right now?
Well, we're going to be running it with a group, and we're going to make sure it's run properly. We're going to rebuild the oil infrastructure, which will cost billions of dollars. It'll be paid for by the oil companies directly. They will be reimbursed for what they're doing, but that's going to be
I hate
paid.
to do this to you. I'll be right back.
And
I got to go to the bathroom real
the oil
quick.
flowing the way it should be. As you know, it was just a minor flow. It was actually a minor flow for what they have. But we're going to run it properly, and we're going to make sure the people of Venezuela are taken care of. We're going to make sure the people that were forced out of Venezuela by this thug are also taken care of.
Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President.
President, does the U.S. running the country mean that U.S. troops will be on the ground? How will that work?
Well, you know, they always say boots on the ground. Oh, so we're not afraid of boots on the ground if we have to have. We had boots on the ground last night at a very high level, actually. We're not afraid of it. We don't mind saying it. But we're going to make sure that that country is run properly. We're not doing this in vain. This is a very dangerous attack. This is an attack that could have gone very, very badly. Could have gone very badly. We could have lost a lot of people last night. We could have lost a lot of dignity. We could have lost a lot of equipment. The equipment is less important, but we could have lost a lot. And we're going to make sure that this is proper. We're there now. We're ready to go again if we have to. We're going to run the country right. It's going to be run very judiciously, very fairly. It's going to make a lot of money. We're going to give money to the people. We're going to reimburse people that were taken advantage of. We're going to take care of everybody. It's very important. We couldn't let them get away with it. You know, they stole our oil. We built
you need
that
to take
whole
care of us,
industry
Joe
there.
taxpayer, for all the
And they
fraud
just
that's
took it
going on
over
in this
like we
country
were
too.
nothing.
That'd be a
We
little
had
helpful.
president that decided
Just
not
throwing
to
that
do
out
anything
there.
about it. So we did something about it. We're late, but we did something about it. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, can you explain the exact mechanism by which you're going to run the country? Are you going to designate a U.S. official to coordinate?
It's
Can you
all
just
being
unpack that?
done right now. We're designating people. We're talking to
Who
people. We're
specifically?
designating various people, and we're going to let you know who those people are.
Mr. President.
What's the group you mentioned that would run Venezuela?
Well, it's largely going to be, for a period of time, the people that are standing right behind me. We're going to be running it. We're going to be bringing it back. It's a dead, I talk about a dead country. A year and a half ago, we were a dead country. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're a country doing better than any country anywhere in the world. And
God, don't want another Iraq.
Venezuela has a lot of
Or
bad people in
Afghanistan.
there, a lot of bad people that shouldn't be leading. We're not going to take a chance that one of those people take over for Maduro. So you can look at, and others, we have fantastic people, including people in the military. So we're going to have a group of people running it until such time as it can be put back on track, make a lot of money for the people, and give people a great way of life, and also reimbursement for people in our country that were forced out of Venezuela.
Mr. President.
Rubio would be.
You said earlier today that you weren't going to back Machado to come back and be the opposition leader in your Fox and Friends interview. And then you also mentioned the vice president of Venezuela. Are you going to work with the vice president of Venezuela, or how do you foresee the relationship
Well, I
going?
understand she was just sworn in, but she was, as you know, picked by Maduro. So Marco's working on that directly. He just had a conversation with her, and she's essentially willing to do what we think is necessary to make Venezuela great again. Very simple.
Mr. President, Colombian President Gustavo Petro, a couple weeks ago, he said he's got to watch his ass. And today he said he's not concerned about anything happening to him in the aftermath of this operation. So just what your message is
Well,
about
he
that.
has cocaine mills. And yeah, I think I stick by my first statement. He's making cocaine. They're sending it into the United States. So he does have to watch his ass.
Mr. President,
Did you notify any members of Congress in
I
advance?
was watching the whole
Marco,
time.
do you want to talk about that? Because you were involved.
Sure. We call members of Congress immediately after. This was not the kind of mission that you can do congressional notification on. It was a trigger-based mission in which conditions had to be met night after night. We watched and monitored that for a number of days. So it's just simply not the kind of mission you can call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days. But it's largely a law enforcement function. Remember, at the end of the day, at its core, this was an arrest of 2 indicted fugitives of American justice, and the Department of War supported the Department of Justice in that job. Now, there are broader policy implications here, but it's just not the kind of mission that you can pre-notify because it endangers the mission.
If I could add one thing to that, Congress has a tendency to leak. This would not be good. If they leaked, General, I think it would have been maybe a very different result. But I have to say, they knew we were coming at some point, you know. We had a lot of ships out there. They sort of knew we were coming. But Congress will leak, and we don't want leakage.
Mr. President, you were one of the only people to watch this all play out live. What was Maduro doing when the U.S. forces entered what I assume would be his home? And also, was there any point where the U.S. was considering if Maduro pushed back or resisted killing Maduro?
It could have happened. It could have happened. He was trying to get into a safe place. You know, the safe place is all steel. And he wasn't able to make it to the door because our guys were so fast. They went through the opposition so fast. And there was a lot of opposition. You know, people were wondering, do we get them by surprise? Sort of surprised, but they were waiting for something. It was a lot of opposition. There was a lot of gunfire. You saw some of it today. But he was trying to get to a safe
Thank
place.
you, Elite Neo. I'll check it out.
Which wasn't safe because we would have had the door blown up in about 47 seconds, they say on average, regardless of how thick the steel was. It was a very thick door. It was a very heavy door, but he was unable to get to that door. He made it to the door. He was unable to close it.
So where's Maduro going to be?
Go ahead, finish.
Where is Maduro going to be in the time being right now? Do you know his exact whereabouts?
Well, eventually, ultimately, in the near future, he's going to be brought to New York.
And where is he going to be held? Where is he going to be held in New York? Do you know?
That's going to be up to the officials that do these things.
Mr. President, the U.S. has something of a mixed track record of ousting dictators without necessarily a plan for what comes afterwards. Did that weigh on your decision?
Well, that's why we had different presidents, but with me,
not with me.
With me, we've had a perfect track record of winning. We win a lot, and we win. If you look at Soleimani, you look at al-Baghdadi, you look at the Midnight Hammer. Midnight Hammer was incredible. Right now, you wouldn't have peace in the Middle East. We would have essentially peace in the Middle East.
Don't cry, Baghdadi.
If we weren't successful with Midnight Hammer, you wouldn't have peace in the Middle East. So with me, you've had a lot of victory. You've had only victories. You've had no losses. Yeah.
Mr. President, can you? How long do you expect the U.S. to run Venezuela, and how soon do you want the Venezuelan people to hold elections?
So I'd like to do it quickly, but it takes a period of time. You know, we're rebuilding. We have to rebuild their whole infrastructure. The infrastructure is rotted. It's actually very dangerous. It's blow-up territory. Oil is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing to take out of the ground. It can kill a lot of people. It has killed a lot of people doing just that. The infrastructure is old. It's rotted. Much of it is stuff that we put there 25 years ago, and we're going to be replacing it. And we're going to take a lot of money out so that we can take care of the country.
Are you saying that Secretary Rubio and
Mr. President, China, Russia, and Iran have interests in Venezuela. How does this operation affect your relationships with them when it comes to the oil and drugs?
In terms of China and Russia, Russia when we get things straightened out. But in terms of other countries that want oil, we're in the oil business. We're going to sell it to them. We're not going to say we're not going to. In other words, we'll be selling oil. Probably in much larger doses because they couldn't produce very much.
But you better take down my taxes,
so
Billy.
We'll be
Come on, man.
large amounts of oil to other countries, many of whom are using it now, but I would say many more will come.
Are you saying that, Mr. President, are you saying that?
Mr. President, thank you. What is your message to the people of Venezuela today? Of course, the civilian population specifically, they have a lot of questions. What is your message to the people of Venezuela?
That you're going to have peace, justice. You're going to have some of the riches that you should have had for a long period of time. It was stolen from you. But you're going to have peace, and you're going to have safety. You're going to have justice. You're going to have a country. You're going to have a real country. You're going to have potentially a great country. You know, if you go back 20 years, maybe even a little longer ago, that was a great country, and they destroyed it. Remember I said that if we lose this election, the United States will be Venezuela on steroids. That's what would have happened. Had we lost the election, the 2024 election, we suffered so badly. When you look at the border from 2020, what they did, what Joe Biden administration did to our country should never be forgotten. But if we had to go through another year of that, we would be exactly where Venezuela was in terms. I used to say, if they win, we're going to be Venezuela on steroids, and that's what would have happened.
President, thank you. Are you saying that Secretary Hegseth and Rubio are going to be running Venezuela, and will you be sending in U.S. military
They're going
troops
to be a
provide?
team that's working with the people of Venezuela to make sure that we have Venezuela right. Because for us to just leave, who's going to take over? I mean, there is nobody to take over. You have a vice president who's been appointed by Maduro. And right now she's the vice president, and she's, I guess, the president. She was sworn as president just a little while ago. She had a long conversation with Marco, and she said, we'll do whatever you need. I think she was quite gracious, but she really doesn't have a choice. We're going to have this done right. We're not going to just do this with Maduro, then leave like everybody else, leave and say, let it go to hell. If we just left, it has zero chance of ever coming back. We'll run it properly. We'll run it professionally. We'll have the greatest oil companies in the world go in and invest billions and billions of dollars and take out money, use that money in Venezuela. And the biggest beneficiary are going to be the people of Venezuela. And also, I can't stress this strongly enough, the people that got thrown out of Venezuela that are now in the United States, and frankly, some want to stay and some probably want to go back. Yeah.
So, Mr. President, what's being done to protect Americans in the country, and were any of the detained Americans
Well, right now they're
rescued
very
last
protected
night?
because nobody's going to mess with us. They're very protected. The people of, and we let them know that you better not touch one of them.
Are you concerned that bad elements of the Maduro regime will remain in place?
Well, we know who they are. We're on them, and they're acting much differently now than they would have acted 2 days ago.
And what can you
Okay,
say
wait,
about
behind you, please.
Mr. President, why is running a country in South America America first?
Well, I think it is because we want to surround ourselves with good neighbors. We want to surround ourselves with stability. We want to surround ourselves with energy. We have tremendous energy in that country. It's very important that we protect it. We need that for ourselves. We need that for the world. And
Well,
we want to make
that
sure
sounds-
we can protect it.
All right.
Yes, sir, please.
That's
Go
all
ahead.
right. We took it over because we want that oil and silver, baby.
Well, Cuba's an interesting case. Cuba is, not doing very well right now. That system has not been a very good one for Cuba. The people there have suffered for many, many years.
Oh, no. Now he's
And I
talking
think
about Cuba
Cuba's gonna
next.
be something we'll end up talking about because Cuba is a failing nation right now, very badly failing nation. And we want to help the people. It's very similar in the sense that we want to help the people in Cuba, but we want to also help the people that were forced out of Cuba and living in this country. Do you want to say something about that, Marco, please?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I
no.
just gave you a statement a few minutes ago about, when the president speaks, you should
Cuba,
take him
you're
seriously.
next.
So suffice it to say, Cuba is a disaster. It's run by incompetent, senile men, and in some cases, not senile, but incompetent nonetheless. It has no economy. It's in total collapse. And by the way, they were, all the guards that helped protect Maduro, this is well known. The
A
whole spy
Bonafide in the
agency, all
chat
that were
says,
full of Cubans.
Canada's failing.
It's
Please
amazing.
help
This
us
poor island took over Venezuela in some cases. One of the biggest problems that Venezuelans have is they have to declare independence from Cuba. They tried to basically colonize it from a security standpoint. So, yeah, look, if I lived in Havana and I was in the government, I'd be concerned, at least a little
Are you
bit.
cutting off the oil flow to Cuba from Venezuela?
Well, the president already announced a week ago that anything that's sanctioned, it's sanctioned oil, it's not going to be allowed to get there. So that's an
The answer is yes.
Mr. President.
The answer is yes.
Opposition leader Machado, and have you been in contact with her?
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
Mr. President,
Later, Spirit.
on Monday,
I think it would be very tough for her to be the leader. She doesn't have the support within or the respect within the country. She's a very nice woman, but she doesn't have the respect.
Mr. President, is it possible that the U.S. ends up administrating Venezuela for years?
Well, it won't cost us anything because the money coming out of the ground is very substantial. So it's not going to cost us anything.
So the U.S. isn't going to dedicate
We
any
will.
money to...
Well, we want safety there. We want to be surrounded by countries that aren't housing all of our enemies all over the world. That's what was happening, and you don't want to have that. But we're going to be rebuilding, and we're not spending money. The oil companies are going to go in. They're going to spend money. We're going to take back the oil that, frankly, we should have taken back a long time ago. A lot of money is coming out of the ground. We're going to get reimbursed for all of that. We're going to get reimbursed for everything that we spend. So it's going to be a very important. This is a very big evening that took place last night. We have to be surrounded by safe, secure countries, and we also have to have energy. Very important. We have to have energy that's real energy, not where they're getting 4% and 5% of the energy out of the ground. You take a look. It was such a disaster. So what's going to happen with Venezuela, I think, over the next period of a year is going to be a great thing. And the people of Venezuela will be the biggest beneficiaries.
Mr. President, U.S. military.
Mr. President, thank you. What did you last speak to Maduro about when you spoke? And is the
Well, I don't want to get into the conversations, but I did have conversations with him, and I said, you got to surrender. And I actually thought he was pretty close to doing so, but now he wished he did, yeah.
Mr. President, can you explain, you said that Maduro is responsible for drug trafficking.
Hey,
You
feel better,
recently
Kohlhauser.
pardoned the former president
Yeah,
of
you've been
Honduras,
freaking
who's
sick.
convicted of
Feel
many
better,
drug
man.
trafficking. Can you explain how these two situations are different? And would you ever pardon Maduro?
I endorsed, as you know, the winning president, the man who won in Honduras. I endorsed the man who won in Chile. I endorsed the man who won in Argentina. And we are doing very well with that whole group. What the man that I pardoned was, if you could equate it to us, he was treated like the Biden administration treated a man named Trump. That didn't work out too well for them. This was a man who was persecuted very unfairly. He was the head of the country. He was persecuted very unfairly. And there are a number of them. And we felt that it was a very unfair situation that happened to him. He's also a party member of the man who won. So obviously the people liked what I did. And one of the reasons that was done is because of the fact that the party in power felt very strongly that that man was treated very badly. I studied it very quickly, and then I studied it in great detail. I went to a lot of the people standing behind me, and they felt that that man was persecuted and treated very badly. That's why I gave him a pardon.
Mr. President, you referenced boots on the ground earlier. Can you just sort of button this up? Do you envision the U.S. military having a presence in Venezuela as the U.S. runs that
Well,
country?
no, we're going to have a presence in Venezuela as it pertains to oil, because we have to have, we're sending our expertise in. So you may need something, not very much. But no, we're going to be taking out a tremendous amount of wealth out of the ground. And that wealth is going to the people of Venezuela and people from outside of Venezuela that used to be in Venezuela. And it goes also to the United States of America in the form of reimbursement for the damages caused us by that country. So I want to thank you all very much. Thank you. Do you have one? Yes, please. You were so nice before. I'm going to give you the final question. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Mr.
Unless it's a
President.
bad question, in which case I'll go one more. It's about who?
It's about Putin, if you want.
About Putin. Well, that's always nice.
You had a
to talk
phone.
about Putin.
You had a phone call with him
Yeah.
on Monday. Did he talk at all about Maduro? Did y'all talk about this?
No, we didn't.
And
We
then-
never spoke about Maduro.
Are you mad at him right now? I mean, there's this
I'm not
intelligence.
thrilled with Putin. I'm not thrilled with Putin. He's killing too many people.
There was that
I
intelligence.
thought that would be so. I settled 8 1/4 war. You know what the 1/4 was? Thailand and Cambodia. I did it again. They broke out, and I did it in about 5 hours, and I settled it. I'm giving myself 1/4, so I'm up to now 8 1/4. In other words, I settled the war, but then they broke out. They had a pretty bad breakout over the last 4 days. I got them to go back to peace. So I only give 1/4. I thought the easiest one would be, one of the easier ones would be Russia, Ukraine. It's not. And they both have done some pretty bad things. And look, that's Biden's war. That's not my war. But I want to stop the lives. Did you see where last month, 30,000, it was 27,000 the month before. 30,000, mostly soldiers, were killed this last month. 30,000. I want to stop that. You know, I got NATO to pay 5% instead of the 2% that they weren't paying. They weren't paying 2, now they pay 5. And we send them a lot of munitions, we send them a lot of things, missiles and various other things, a lot. And they pay. The United States is not losing money. We're probably making money on that. It's the last thing I care about. I just want to stop all those people. We're losing 25, 30,000 human beings that come from 2 places that are very far away. But if I can stop, because it's something I've been pretty good at doing, deals, I guess. It's all a deal. Life is a big deal. But if I can stop that war and stop 30,000 young people, in addition to the fact that people are being killed in Kiev, people are being killed in other cities throughout, a much smaller number, but they're being killed, viciously killed. So I'm not happy about it. I thought that would be something that would get solved. We have Mr. Witkoff here. I think that we're making progress, but that's a war that should have never happened. If I were president, it would have never happened. Putin says it. Everybody says it. If I were president, that would have never happened. But I inherited that war. That was Joe Biden, Zelensky, and Putin. I came into the situation, and it's a mess. And I will say this. I watched an operation last night that was so precise, that was so brilliant. I mean, it was incredible. If we had our people, like this general and our people involved, that war would not have gone on very long, that I can tell you.
You told me
that war, to use an old term, that war has become a bloodbath, and we want it to get stopped. Thank you very much.
So I gotta show you
Can you talk
this.
about your conversation with the vice president?
Whenever you get a chance.
Yeah.
Alex Stein says, all big booty Latinas are welcome in the United States as long as you're an 8. We don't need an immigration debate.
Dude, I said this. I think I said this on Bro Science. I said pretty much the exact same thing, except about speaking Spanish. I was like, if you are from Mexico or Spain and you're trying to refuse to learn English, I was like, if you're a 7 or lower, you need to learn English. But if you're an 8 or above, I can deal with you speaking Spanish. Okay.
Oh,
as long as it's Spanglish and I can understand most of it, you're good. But if you're 7 or under, you got to learn how to speak English.
What's really weird is kind of looking at the crypto market. Usually when something like this happens, Bitcoin kind of goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Back up to 90. So not that means anything, but just kind of watch and see what people are saying. But crazy. But I'm gonna bounce, brother. I'm gonna get some food in me. It's always good to see you, man. I hope we game soon. Head to Universal soon. All that stuff. I'll be waiting for your text. And congratulations on Rippaverse. You're the first one. I didn't even get that deal. That's awesome, brother.
So there it is. Yes, chat. So I did drop the affiliate link, the coupon code in the chat. But yeah, so this happened
over
yesterday.
Here every time. I freaking buy every one of their books. I might as well come over here now. Get a coupon code, man. That's what's up, brother.
And dude, last night after the announcement, a lot of people used my code to buy some more.
That's what's
stuff.
up, brother.
Yeah. So it's cool.
So
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I am pushing because the thing is this is for Rippaverse, not Ripasend products.
Correct.
So when the Daughter's Revenge comes out, and pray for X-Wing, man. The dude is half dead sick in another country.
Oh, he's sick?
Bro, violently sick.
Oh,
I was like, what water are you drinking over there? But he's got to finish the promo commercial. And I just got on the phone with him. And he's like, I can't get it out of bed. I'm like, there's always something.
No.
God bless him, man. I was like, get better first. It is what it is. We'll do what we can. But he was like, he's supposed to finish up the commercial because that book drops. I think it drops Friday, maybe dropping Friday. But I told Rippa and Brandon and all them, I'm like, I will sign whatever it takes to get the affiliate for my Ripasend products. So they're like, we'll be in touch. So hopefully we can get that done, for you. That's what I want. I was like, that would be awesome.
I think it's in the process. They are working on getting these promo codes for the Ripasend as well. But yeah, right now it is just Rippaverse.
That's awesome,
stuff,
brother. I'm proud of you, man. That's freaking awesome.
It was cool. It was cool.
That's
I just feel blessed
awesome.
that they thought about me, man.
What are you talking about, dude? I think they were thinking of you day one. So again, because when I saw the announcement, I text Brandon. I was like, "What is this, man? Yeah, ain't gonna tell me." I freaking write Cameron Cross. What the heck, man? He's like, we're getting around to it. I was like, all right. Hey, God bless you, brother. Hey, you got my number. Chat.
Thank you for hopping on, man.
Chats on YouTube, man. Always supporting Beardo. I'd love to see it, man. Keep winning. Keep doing your thing. And I'm gonna get
I think that meant he's going to go get a burger. I think that's what it was. But yeah, man, super exciting stuff last night. I am the first Rippaverse affiliate with a coupon code. I don't know if there have been like discounted discount codes for the Rippaverse yet. I remember he did the weekend where everything was $5 off. He was doing like everything in the store is not $5 off, $5. Everything in the store was $5. He did that a few months ago. But yeah, man, super cool stuff. So the link is in the comment section. Use code Beardo, or just use the link in the coupon automatically applies for everything on the Rippaverse website. So make sure you guys check that out. If you guys are in the market for some comic books, maybe comic books that you don't have, t-shirts, hats that you guys don't have, use either Beardo coupon code or use my link and it automatically applies, and you guys get a discount and I get a kickback from it as well. So shout out to the Rippaverse, the whole team over there, Eric, Brandon, the twins, and Karen Lynn over there. So good stuff. I'm blessed, boys. All right, let's get some super chats real quick. We got a 50 here from Elite Neo. Beardo emailed you a screenshot of a base post, I believe came from 4chan, of all the places explaining why, as long as the populace remains armed, even the military would have a second thoughts about going against its country's citizens. Please read it. All right, let me see if I can find it. Said it's in my email. Elite Neo. I have to download it. I just open it. Sorry about this real quick. I just want to pull it up. Okay, who is this? This is just a regular post from somebody? Here we go. Listen, you fantastically retarded motherfucker. I'm going to try to explain this so that you can understand it. You cannot control an entire country and its people with tanks, jets, battleships, and drones, or any of these things that you so stupidly believe Trump citizen ownership of firearms. A fighter jet, tank, drone, battleship, or whatever cannot stand on street corners and enforce no assembly edicts. A fighter jet cannot kick down your door at 3 a.m. and search your house for contraband. None of these things can maintain the needed police state to completely subjugate and enslave the people of a nation. Those weapons are for decimating, flattening, and gassing large areas and many people at once and fighting other states' militaries. The government does not want to kill all of its people and blow up its own infrastructure. These are the very things they need to be tyrannical assholes in the first place. If they decided to turn everything outside of Washington, D.C. into glowing green glass, they would be the absolute rulers of a big, worthless, radioactive pile of shit. Police are needed to maintain a police state, boots on the ground, and no matter how many police you have on the ground, they will always be vastly outnumbered by civilians, which is why in a police state, it is vital that your police have automatic weapons while people have nothing but their limp dicks. But when every random pedestrian could have a Glock in their waistband and every random homeowner an AR-15, all of that goes out the fucking window because now the police are outnumbered and face the reality of bullets coming back at them. If you want living examples of this, look at every insurgency that the U.S. military has tried to destroy. They are all kicking with nothing but AK-47s, pickup trucks, and improvised explosives because these big scary military monsters you keep alluding to are all fucking useless for dealing with them. Dumb fuck. This is what this guy said, YouTube. This is just a random post. I don't necessarily agree with this. I don't agree with it. But It is what it is. I mean, it is an interesting post, but I don't think I agree with all that. But it is interesting. It is interesting to look at and to read about it. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, Beardo random 4chan post, I believe. Yeah. But anyways, thank you, Elite Neo, for the $50 and for sending that to me. It is interesting though to read. Armchair quarterbacking, a little bit. I do think so. But I mean, like, yeah, you live in America, you should definitely express your Second Amendment right and be armed. 100%. All right, let's see. Vault95 with a $5 says, as a Rippercent affiliate, now when do we get a Beardo comic of the bearded patriot fucking up commies, fucking up Soviets? I don't know. We'll see. Right now, we're just an affiliate. I don't know when there's going to be a Beardo comic coming out. I don't know. I have some ideas. I have some stuff. I have some outlines and stuff, but we'll see. SBZ with a 2 says, high tea reunion tax. High tea reunion, baby. Joe Rosie with a 5 says, did you hear that Maduro may have been a deep state thing supposedly installed by the CEA? Maybe a conspiracy, but Twitter is wild right now. I don't know what you can trust. But yeah. But it is interesting. This whole thing is interesting. But like I said in the very beginning of the show, that's great. We're going to find out a lot of information. We're going to get names. We're going to crack down on some other countries. Like he said, Cuba, there's some other countries. I think we need to look into Mexico too, because there's a lot of fucking crazy shit. Killing political opponents, imprisoning political opponents, fake rigged elections, where they're not even an election, they're being appointed. It's CEA. What did I say? CEA? What did I say? CIA? I don't know what I said. I might have just been speaking quickly. I think I was probably just speaking quickly, so it sounded like CEA, but CIA. But it's great. What happened in Venezuela, that's great. We're going to find out a lot of information about a lot of other countries. And obviously, you know, certain interests in the oil and the silver and stuff like that. But we need to take care of the homeland. We need to take care of the mothership. We got to figure out what the fuck is going on in Minnesota. You got to figure out what the fuck is going on in New York. What the heck is going on in Seattle? And there's many other places. We got to round some of these people up. We got to collect them, try these people for treason, and get these people out of office and get some of these illegals out of our country, man, because they do not have our best interest in mind. They are going to destroy this nation. And for the white liberal woman, repeal the 19th. I'm sorry. It's for the betterment of the nation to repeal the 19th, because there are a lot of great women who have their heads screwed on straight. Most of them are married women, have their heads screwed on straight, married women with children, have their heads screwed on straight, and will vote the correct way. But unfortunately, for the betterment of America, you have to repeal the 19th, because a lot of these women are fucking retards, and they vote for their best interest, not for America's best interest. They vote for, well, I want to have abortions, I want to kill babies, I want to sleep around. What these women are voting for? Which presidential candidate is going to allow me to kill babies? They're light on crime. Well, I feel bad. I feel bad for the fucking convicted felon who has fucking 20 arrests, who's a fucking career criminal. I just feel bad that he's fucking locked behind bars. And then they vote in judges and politicians who are light on crime. And then what do we get? We get people being killed on buses, on the subways, and you know, kicking down doors and fucking putting guns up the pregnant ladies' stomachs and saying, give me everything that you have. And then even when they do, and these victims comply, and then they do give the criminals, you know, all their valuables, and they still wound up getting killed. So you have to repeal the 19th. You have to. And I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Have to repeal the 19th. But that's just like my opinion, man. Grapthar's Hammer with a $5 says, some suggest that Florida will become the new New York as far as businesses, industry, and Texas will become the new Silicon Valley and take California's place. Maybe. 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 I don't know. I think Florida's full, man. Florida's full. Jerry Sills with the 2 says, Hail Jay, January 8th, big day, Miami versus Ole Miss, the U. There you go, Jerry Sills with the 2. Let's see here. Giz Corp Industries with a 7 month says, 3:20 a.m. in South Australia here, off to the gym. Trust the bro science and keep it high tea. Cheers, boys. Hey, thank you for the 7 months. You have a good workout, man. That's early to be going to the gym. 3:20 in the morning. 3:20 in the morning. Vault 95 with a 199 says Somalis didn't flee. They are colonizing for Somalia. 100%, dude. 100%. Look at this shit. Look at this. Where do I have it? I have it right here. Look at this. They're saying the loud. They're saying the quiet part out loud. Breaking. Representative Ilhan Omar vows that Somalis will refuse to leave the United States no matter what American President Donald Trump orders. In quotes, he's always been racist. He's always been racist. He said he was going to stop immigration. We're going to be here regardless of what the president says. Do you think Ilhan Omar should be deported for lying on her citizenship application? Yes, and yes, she's lying. She's a terrible fucking cunt, an evil fucking cunt. And she married her brother. She's lied on her birth certificate. She wears this stupid fucking towel around her head. She doesn't belong here. She doesn't pray to the same God we do. Fuck. This is evil incarnate. This is a fucking demon.
He's always been a racist, a bigot, a xenophobic.
All the buzzwords, right? In her first 4 words spoken, 3 of them were the buzzwords.
And Islamophobic. We know that
4 out of the 6 first words out of her mouth. He's always been racist, a bigot, a fucking xenophobe, and Islamophobe. Well, yeah. Look at the track record. People have a right to be scared. Look at the track record of your people. It's not racist. We're just connecting the dots. We have noticed the track record. We have noticed how people in your religion, in your culture, behave. So, yes, we are just aware. We're not racist. We're just aware. That's why we don't want you here. That's why we feel uncomfortable when we see you in public. Because we know at any moment that your fucking baby stroller that you're fucking pushing around could maybe just suddenly fucking explode. That's why we are uneasy when we see people that look like you that are near us in public places. We don't trust you. You aren't to be trusted because you do some fucking crazy, shady shit.
that he called African nations a shithole in his first administration. We know that when he came down that escalator, he said he was going to stop Muslim immigration
Good. That's why we voted. That's why we voted for Trump.
Into this country. And so it is not surprising that he is going after black immigrants in this country. And it's certainly not surprising that he's choosing a black immigrant community that is also Muslim. But what I would like to say is that most of us are citizens. On our passport, it says we are nationals of this country. We love that Minnesota has welcomed us. Many of us have not been settled in Minnesota. We chose it as a home because the Minnesota people and the state is beautiful and very welcoming. And
I can guarantee you most of the citizens in Minnesota don't want you there either. It's the fucking politicians. The politicians in power in Minnesota. Your fucking governor and mayors. They want you there for votes. They want you there because they know that you're going to be sucking off the government's titty And the more taxes they can rake in, they're going to pay themselves, and they get to pay you so that you vote Democrat for the rest of their fucking lives, and for your children and grandchildren for the rest of your family's life. You choosing to come in here and colonize here, that's who wants you here. The people in Minnesota don't fucking want you there. Let's make that fucking clear.
Are going to be here regardless of what the president has to say.
And that's why I think, man, with that fucking raid that we did in Venezuela last night, just fucking go into Minnesota and just fucking round them all up. Round them up, put them on a fucking plane. We'll probably take a few fucking planes. I don't care. And we'll just go airdrop you. We'll airdrop you back. We'll take you back for free. It'll be for free. Consider it a free vacation. We're going to pick you up and you're just going to fucking go. See ya. The Nerdy Mechanic with a $10 says, I'm not anti-immigration. I'm anti-assimilation. Bingo. Bingo. Thank you for the 10. Shout out to the Nerdy Mechanic. SBZ with a 2 says, remember reporter Lara Logan in the Tahrir Square? No, I don't remember that. I do not remember that. But thank you for the 2. Anjanette with a gifted FearTheBeardo membership. Thank you, Anjanette, for the gifted FearTheBeardo membership. Quagmire with a 5 says, I made it live. What's up, squirrels? What up, squirrel nuts? Watch heavy metal, Beardo. All right. All right. Wasp with the 5 says, Second Amendment was established to protect citizens against the government if it tries to take its rights away. Isn't that crazy, huh? Isn't that crazy? But yet, if we try to do that, and we try to practice our Second Amendment right against the government, well, whoa, hold on here. Now all of a sudden it's an insurrection. Insurrection. Yeah, that's kind of the fucking point. That's kind of the point. When our country and our government isn't representing the people, because that's what the government's supposed to be there for, is just to represent the people. Okay? You're not supposed to be in charge. We're in charge. You work for us. That's why we pay taxes, because you work for us. So yeah, if we don't like what you're fucking doing, see ya. We're going to take you out. You're gone. We're gone. But they want to cry insurrection, insurrection, insurrection. Yeah, newsflash. That's kind of the fucking point. That's why we're doing it. Because we want you gone. See ya. We're not going to fucking give you a severance package for fucking kicking you out and firing you. You're done. Thank you for the $5. Wasp. Hefe with a 5 says, boots on the ground worries me. I don't want another Afghanistan. That's what I didn't like the sound of that either. Did not like the sound of that either. No. Thank you for the 5. Hefe with another $10 says, this is about oil. However, getting Central and South America under control is in American interest. We get China out. We stop the drug flow, immigration, reduction, and minerals. Yeah. Thank you for the 10. Dr. Gordo with a 4 month says, I taught in Venezuela in 2016 and 17. After a bad car accident, I experienced the healthcare system firsthand. I welcome this news. I bet you do. I bet you do. Smegheads with a 20 says, hope you had a great Christmas and New Year's, mate. All the best for 2026. Thank you, Smegheads, for the $20. Thank you, boys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh man. I do want to talk about this. I do want to talk about this real quick because this is very concerning. This is concerning here. From Benny Johnson, Zoran Islam Mamdadi will be the first Muslim mayor of our great city. Crowd erupts. He was just sworn in on the Quran. This is insane.
Zohran Mamdani will be the first Muslim mayor of our great city. He will be our first immigrant mayor in over a century.
And the cheering. What's going on with the cheering? This isn't something to be cheering about. This is bad. This is bad. This is hostile takeover. Not good. We are being invaded. This is nothing to be cheering about. You hear these fucking media fucking hosts like Anderson Cooper, and who's the guy that just got fired, who's getting canceled? The dude with the glasses, the vaccine guy. Stephen Colbert are like, well, you know, for the first time ever in America, where white people are going to be a minority, and that's a good thing, they say. What are you talking about? That is bad, dangerous. It's horrible. We are being fucking invaded. And we're cheering, yes, more people who aren't American, more people who aren't American running our countries, running our fucking legislature, running our cities and our states. More immigrants, people who don't celebrate Jesus, people who don't follow Christianity. Yes, more of this. Oh, so some of these fucking people where their countries are just being controlled by fucking terrorists. Let's bring them in. Remember 9/11? Forget 9/11. Let's elect a Muslim mayor as the fucking as the mayor of New York City. This is scary, but these fucking retards are celebrating it. It's wild, dude.
And he will be the youngest mayor of New York City in generations. But most importantly, Zohran will be a mayor for all of us.
No, he won't. No, he won't be. He's going to be a mayor for the fucking communists and socialists. He's going to be a mayor for the fucking Muslims. He's being sworn in on Quran. That should be treason in itself. That he should be illegitimate being sworn in on the Quran. I'm sorry. It's one nation under God. Jesus, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Not fucking Muhammad. Okay? No. It's disgusting, man. It's fucking disgusting. Being sworn in on the Quran, bro. Jeez Louise. And this is more. This is more of what's going on. I don't even know how to say this. Kuoli Vang, who admitted to being an illegal alien, has just been sworn in as mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota. I am an illegal in this country. My parents are illegal here in this country, Vong said. This should not be tolerated.
Because his mother had died. My father, as the one processing the paperwork, put my grandmother down as his mother. And so I am illegal in this country. My parents are illegal here in this country.
So, and how are you elected? You're fucking illegal. You're illegal. Well, like, we're living in fucking clown world. She'd just been sworn in as mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota. We're living in a fucking clown world. Then get the fuck out. You just self-admitted that is a confession that you are an illegal. You are in no position to be hosting any kind of fucking political power. Holy shit. And this is what I was talking about earlier. The resilience, compassion, and contributions of Muslim communities help make our state stronger. Tonight, landmarks across the state are lit in green as New York celebrates Muslim American heritage. Freedom Tower, dude. This is straight up, this is a slap in the face. Freedom Tower, which was erected as not just a monument, not just as a building for work to replace the Twin Towers, but it's also a monument. It's a big fuck you middle finger to the terrorists out there in the Middle East that we won't be fucked with ever again. And we are lighting Freedom Tower in green for Muslim heritage. We're like, what are we doing, dude? This is a slap in the face. Lady Aaron D says, hi, Beardo. Tried to get Jeremy to raid you, but he doesn't listen. It's okay. He probably saw it. But whatever. That's all good. I don't expect raids from Jeremy anymore. It doesn't get more disrespectful than that. No, it doesn't, dude. Freedom Tower being lit up in green to support and show Muslim American Heritage Month. Freedom freaking Tower. That was built as a monument for 9/11 and the World Trade Centers. It doesn't get worse than that. It does not get more disrespectful than that. This is horrible. Horrible, dude. But there's nothing we can do. Because you can't vote it out. You can't vote it out because these people have their fingers in everything. These people have their fingers in everything with the Rothschilds, the Soros, the Rockefellers, the World Economic Forum, the Bilderberg Group. They have their fingers in everything in all of the elections. When you have voting machines, when fucking George Soros has electronic voting machines, like it is a miracle that Donald Trump got elected again in 2024. It is a miracle because these higher up elites, they have their fingers in everything. And unfortunately, you can't vote it out. So it's just sad, man. It's sad to see. This is hostile takeover. We're being invaded and they're colonizing here. And they're not doing it because they think America's great and they want to assimilate to America. No, they're doing it to take down America. So just make New York City a fucking prison state. Like I said, put up 150, 200-foot walls with fucking sentry turrets around the entire fucking perimeter with fucking cameras and just fucking put in all the fucking criminals over there. And just let them be. Just let them be. Doomyverse with a 5 months. Congratulations on becoming affiliated with the Ripperverse. I'm usually still streaming after midnight if you need someone to raid. Okay. I just hit 1.5 thousand subs. Hey, congratulations, man. Congratulations, Doomyverse, for the 5 months. And congratulations for the 5 months. Thank you for the 5 months. And congratulations on the 1.5K subs, man. That's huge. That's huge. All right, boys. But I think that's where we're going to call it for today. I think that's where we're going to call it. Just over 2 hours. Great show today. I was not expecting, the news that happened this morning for us to be that, politically heavy today, but it's good. It's always good to get a little political because it's overtime with Beardo. We just talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. So anyways, games later. Any Red Dead tonight? Why not? Why not? There is football on today. I'll probably keep an eye on some football, but yeah, I would anticipate a Red Dead stream tonight. Yeah. I don't know what time. I can't tell you what time, but some point tonight, I would anticipate that there would be a Red Dead Redemption stream tonight. Yeah. But anyways, guys, you guys have a great rest of your Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning. We'll catch you tonight for some Red Dead. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Shout out to everybody who super chatted, gifted memberships, recommitment. Shout out to the mods, the members, the lurkers, everybody in chat. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me and Jay, talking about this Venezuela stuff. So you guys have a good one. Thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you guys later. Fear the Beardo. I'm out. Goodbye, everybody.